Hey there, welcome back. Let's continue our fundamentals conversation by talking about beveled, angled cuts. Now I'm going to be straight with you. Straight cuts won't always cut it. Oftentimes you're going to want to add a little bit extra pizzazz. Enter beveled angled cuts. You can create nice angled edges, beveled metal looks, and much, much more. Let's dive in. Alright, with beveled angled cuts, there's a few things I want to cover. First is the two different types of bevels that you can do. Next is the knife position for cutting beveled angles. 3 is handling corners with bevels, and 4 is handling round curves with bevels. Alright, let's jump in. So the two types of bevels are an outward bevel and an inward bevel. So an outward bevel, if this is your line that you're trying to get, you're going to have your outward bevel is going to come out from it like this. And if this is your line here, an inward bevel is going to come back in on itself there. Now with cutting lines, something that I like to go by and I would highly recommend doing is when you're doing straight cuts, you mark them with a silver marker. When you're going to be doing a beveled cut, you mark it with a gold marker. And maybe even on those edges, do a little arrow with the gold marker pointing which direction you're going, whether it's an outward bevel or an inward bevel from that line. So that being said, let's jump into the hand position. So just like with doing your straight cuts, you want to start with having your knife straight up and down. You're going to tilt it back at a 45-degree angle. And now you are going to add that slight tilt to be able to get the bevel. Something else to consider with the hand position is once you get your angle set, then you can actually prop your fingers up underneath the blade to kind of hold it at that same angle. So that's a little trick for being able to maintain the angle throughout. So if you're going one way, rest it on your fingertips at that angle. If you're going the other way, you can rest it on your thumb. So now depending on which bevel you're trying to get, outward or inward, you may want to rotate your phone to get the best viewpoint and vantage point for being able to perform that angled cut. Now with corners, it's going to be very similar to how we had to do corners for the straight cut. Alright, so if you have a corner here, you're going to want to get your knife ready, get the angle prepared, and then you're going to put your tip right into the corner, and you're going to plunge in at an angle, the angle that you want to be at, plunge in, and then pull away from the corner with your cut, okay? And you want to do that on both sides of the corner. Now, with doing a bevel on a curve, it's going to be very similar to how you did the straight curve. You just need to keep in mind making sure that you're maintaining that same angle throughout the whole curve. It's very easy to go deeper or shallower as you're kind of going around a curve. Pay close attention to maintaining that same angle, and once again you can use your fingers as a spacer to be able to hold that. The steeper the angle that you do, the sharper the resulting point is going to be when you attach two pieces together. So depending on what it is you're trying to do, you can use that to your advantage to create a sharper point when you stick two pieces together, or create a shallower edge when you stick two pieces together. Okay, so simple action item for this one. I want you to draw out 2 medium-sized hearts on your phone. Okay, don't go too small with these because it'll be hard to cut. 2 medium-sized hearts. One of them I want you to cut with an outward bevel angle. The other one I want you to cut with an inward bevel angle. Okay? So one last time to just recap what we covered. 2 different types of bevels, outward and inward. Make sure to pay attention to your hand hold and position. The steeper the angle you do, the sharper the resulting angle will be. And last but not least, on corners, make sure that you're plunging that all the way in to the corner and then drawing away. All right, get onto that action item, and I'll see you in the next technique video. Cosplay on, my friends.